everybody.
Howdy, howdy.
It's Tuesday. Tweaky time.
Yeah.
Okay, do I have sound on and everything? Yeah, we're
it's been one of those days.
It has been. All right. I'll tell you, and this thing, there's a weird delay on things. Okay. Hello, everybody. Do say hello in the chat so we can say hello back. Otherwise, we do not know that you are here. We like to know that you are here because we are an arty-friendly bunch of folks. That's how we know that you're here.
There we go.
While you're doing that, if you would give those thumbsy up, see that? Click that thumb and say you like it. Feeling real friendly, share it.
Absolutely.
That's extra special. I don't know what this one's in there. Anyway, this is P over here.
M over there.
Patricia.
Mariah.
And together
we are PM Artist Studio. Wow.
I don't think that was
I think that was a good one.
I don't think that was very good, but okay.
I was using my operatic voice.
I was trying to match you. I'm not sure that I did a good job.
I think you did a fabulous job. We'll have to rerun it and see.
Rerun. See, let's go say hello to everybody. Hello.
Let me dig out one of these.
Sorry we were late.
An absolute.
The baby had a bad day at school. She got called out twice. If you're going to do it twice.
Yeah.
Poor girl.
I said next time they call your name out, just say theirs back to them real loudly with a question mark at the end of it.
And then call your Gigi whenever you're in the office.
Oh, BS.
Yes, that's what I told her.
I'd be happy to go up there, though.
Alice is here. Becky, Kathy, Carrie, Christy, Colleen, Cookie Wookie, that's Mo, Cynthia, Darcy, Devin, that's Yolande, Ellen. It moved on me. Emma, Francis is here. Gray, Ingrid, Jeanette is in the house. Jocelyn, Julie Parker, Cakes, Hunt, Fun Unpeeled. I have questions about that. Hello, Cakes. Glad you're here. Kimberly, Linda, Lizette. Oh, Lizette, she showed me, she sent me a video of them baby kitties. She's got baby kitties.
Oh, baby kitties are the best. Oh my God. I used to play in hot barns with baby kitties for hours.
Chasing baby kitties around. All right. Let's see. Kimberly, Linda, Lizette, Lizanne, Lydia, Mad. That is Sandy. Sandy, Sunny. See? Sunny. My S's get mixed up in my brain sometimes. Marguerite is here. Patricia, Pinka, Robin, and Veronica. If I missed you, it wasn't on purpose. Give me some extra hello hands. A seminal mind. That's Sue. She popped in at the top there. Becky, Cheryl, Estella, Dawn. See, extra pinky hello hands. That's very helpful. All right.
I don't have any chat up at all because I can't read it
That's
anyway.
fine.
And I need my big thing to be able to see what you're seeing.
I will take.
When did you see it?
No, what's going on? I do love my gray.
Oh yeah,
It's like a nice little stripe.
It's very distinguished
kind of
looking.
skunky.
Yeah.
But I just don't know what's happening here.
That's the pattern of gray that your father had.
He did. And then
I
he would always tell me.
Very distinguished looking.
He always told me that it was mine. I caused it. It's like, that's from you.
Some of it probably was, all truth be told.
It's probably true. Okay. Hey, Marcia.
Hey, Marcia.
Hey, Eddie.
And I've
hey,
got
our junkie. That's Shannon.
Marcia sent us stuff.
Oh, yes.
And
Where did she hauled off with the bracelets. I told her I don't know that they were.
And my shirt that I want to wear them with is dirty.
There's a remedy to that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
Mm-hmm.
Well, are you finished?
I'm going to go top
commenting?
Yeah. Top view. There you go. Now y'all can see what's in the box.
All right. So these are so cool. And I have a shirt.
Yeah, I kind of have the camera a little further in and back. That wasn't the answer.
No? I'm not seeing anything. What am I? I'm frozen.
Well, it's doing weird things today. You may need to tell it to go live.
And now I recent browsing history. Really?
Hey, Mo. Did I say hey earlier? I don't know if I said hello to Mo earlier. I don't think she came up on the list.
This is just... I do not know what is going on here. Okay, we're back here now.
You back?
Yeah, I think I'm slightly behind, but I don't have it.
There's always a little delay.
But now it's halfway across the screen.
Yeah, I don't know what to tell you. You should just focus on what you're doing there.
I still have both of us up there. Do you have us side by side on the side?
Mm-mm.
No?
Do you want me to come fix it for you? Good God. Hee Doop-a-doop-a-doo. You see this thing?
Yeah.
Boop. I know that annoys you.
It does. You can't even begin to know how much it annoys me.
Spitfire.
And I just noticed that I've got a bit of crud on my cool square bracelet that Sharon gave me. I really do like it, and I have to have it there because this great big one that I made.
That thing's huge.
I mean, it's already halfway up my arm. And then, I don't know, it was Meredith here?
Not lie, but she did confirm, though, that it was Sharon that gave you the light switch.
I just knew it. I just knew it was.
Oh, and she got to chuckle. She's like, she even remembered, because she remembers her mom just being so giddy about it.
Well, this bracelet is from Sharon, my friend Sharon.
Mm-hmm. Not Sharon.
I traded her this. Sharon. And Meredith, I want you to look in your stuff that you inherited from your mother. There will be a little snap link bracelet in there with multiple rhinestones in different colors. I think mainly pink and green. Maybe, I don't know, some yellow thrown in. But I traded her that bracelet for this one.
Mm.
But if it's not your style and you don't like it, I would just love it if you'd send it back to me. Because now that I'm, on air all this time.
We do get duded up a lot more.
We do get duded up a lot more.
And we go out in public.
And we do. Yeah. Well, Marcia. Oh my gosh. Well, first of all, where's the dead gum card?
And my plan.
Did you already take the card away, Mariah?
No. I haven't touched anything.
Okay. I got to show you the card. The card is just makes my heart throb. Well, number one,
yeah,
I like
beautiful.
molten lava or whatever that's
This
called.
is melting Morocco.
Thank you.
Hi, Sherry.
One of my favorite, but look at those colors.
Hey, Jen.
Absolutely love those colors.
Thumbsy upsies, y'all. Thumbsy upsies.
She's
Hey,
got
Vanessa.
a little thing on the edge of the envelope there. Look
Cynthia.
at that. That made Mariah extremely happy. So I'm passing this over to Mariah so she can put it on her.
Yeah, board, and then it'll end up with the stuff. And one of these days, we're gonna have a big old wall just full of stuff. If I keep envisioning it, it will happen.
Keep envisioning it; it will happen. All right, so this is pretty funny. Mariah handed me the box, and she says, "There's 2 pair of earrings in here, but I don't really know. They weren't designated." Well, I told her, I said, the reason I know that these are yours is because they've got that long thing on them.
And I have a longer neck than she does.
Well, and she's got longer hair, and so it doesn't show up if it's right in that spot, whereas mine's, buzzed off there.
Hey, Liz Jean.
But look,
hey, Marcia.
Hey, Em. Just beautiful. Just beautiful. And I want to know what this stuff is.
Well, and those the leaf earrings that she made and gave to me.
Oh yeah,
it's the same kind of material.
It's quirky.
Yeah, kind of quirk.
But I do love the tags. Look at the tag.
Quirky quirk.
Isn't that just so cute?
I love it.
And I don't know if she gel plated these or whatever, but here's what I love about these over here. Okay, so the way that they're set up here on the post, the beads are behind.
Hey, and you know what I'm just noticing?
Isn't that cool?
We need to ask Marcia. Did you do the back of the card? Hey, look at the back of the card.
That looks like mine.
I was gonna say, I think that those are some of the from the little sample things we send. She made cards from those. Aww.
The minute I saw that, I thought,
feels familiar.
That just looks, because it's
texture paste and everything.
Texture paste. Oh, that's so cool. But then she did cool things to the other side.
Yes.
Tom.
Yeah, that's not your color combo.
Oh, this color combo. Teal. See, I'm saying teal. Teal and purple are just wonderful. All right, I got to talk about these bracelets. So I think they might
Holly?
be that kind. I know that she made them. And then attach them to this brass base.
Because the other thing that Marcia does is she does a lot of the polymer.
Yes, because I have those one cool beads that I wore that one day.
Why don't you have your black and white beads on that she made you?
Oh, I don't know.
I mean,
I usually wear them with
black,
this.
yeah.
Well, today I went with my dominoes
from Sue.
Yeah. But these are really lovely. They have lovely heft.
They sound really cool together. So they kind of have to stay together as a group.
They do.
We may just have to share them.
And I dearly love them. And I
almost didn't show it to her because I had them on.
I would have noticed. I would have said, where did those come from?
Okay. The earrings are cork leather Pellin laminated fabric.
Cork?
Pellin laminated fabric.
Pellin. Well, that's that stuff that you put on to stiffen up, collars and.
They are polymer clay. See, look at us.
Well, they are just absolutely fantastic. Love them ever so much. Ever so much. My blue shirt had been clean. I could have worn those today. All right, I've got what?
I'm gonna move you into see if you. There
Here?
you go. Yeah, now you're in the center. See this right here.
No, I just try to get on the center of the apple there.
Yeah, that ain't the place. See, the camera piece is this right here. Here.
Well, so actually, I need to scoot this over a little.
No, you're going the wrong direction. I love you. Feels very. I don't know why. It feels awkward to her, but
it does. I don't know what this is. I've never seen anything quite like it, but I love it so much.
Mm-hmm.
I want to take it all apart and look at it.
Oh, I think they want to see the bracelets a little more up close and in the center, like so. There you go. How's that? They are super fab.
And see, they're going to look so good with this big old bracelet.
And clank
this
them.
little one, too.
Clank them together a little bit. They make a beautiful noise. See, it's kind of, you hear that? I like it.
It's not quite up to my standards.
Yeah, it doesn't ding ding and, scare away the,
clank.
Spirits, but.
All right, we need to put this in the.
Yes, in here.
Whoops.
Mm-hmm.
I caught it on the tape there. I'm not stuffing it back in that bag because I'll just take it out of there anyway. I appreciate the fact.
If it had a little zzz, that would be good too.
What?
My pointer. They were saying that sometimes maybe I wish that it had something a little pokey on it, but I could go with a little zappy. Zip, zip. Like a hot shot. Cattle prod. Y'all know about those?
Okay, I always save this string and use it. Well, I could use this string for these little tags now, once I take the earrings off. Use this string for the tags, because it goes with them quite nicely. But now she did put this little thing across there. That's not mine. Nor
is the top part of the tag. Like, the fact that it is a tag was not, like, because remember we send the little sample pieces.
Yeah. I don't know. I really went through a colorful stage there, didn't I?
Well, I think it was at my request.
Batching.
Yes, and it was at my request. We were doing a thing.
But I have a whole bunch of them still somewhere here. See, look, that's going to be perfect for two of those. And this is going to be absolutely stunning with this one that has the cool mark making things on the back and then this on this side.
And those of you that have sent Isabella something for her birthday, thank you very much. I will record. We were talking about maybe having her on live, but she's just so squirrely, and we don't know.
Coming home from school, sometimes she's really...
She needs food, and...
Yeah. It's not an ideal time to... Now, if we were
so
talking
I'm going to record it.
Sunday morning?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But she's pretty excited about them, because I've got everything else to see, and I tried to wait as long as possible to wrap all the presents, and then put them out into sight. Because she will hound us.
Oh, she will. She's already started.
She already did.
I told her I was going to punch her in the throat if she didn't knock it off. All right, Mariah, I'm handing you these because I don't want something to happen.
Just want everybody to know that the threats are purely just verbal.
Yeah, I say that.
I don't know that makes it better, but just like to let people know in case they're worried about, hey, Isabella.
And one can always, and if you're into kneaded erasers,
yeah,
Faber-Castell they're the best. They have the best pliability.
Look at that.
And they don't have horrible odor.
Oh yeah, because
I'm not a sender backer, but I sent those back, and I said I don't know what is in these, but I feel like it's toxic. You shouldn't be selling this to people.
She left it. She wrote things on the internet.
I did. Okay, now I want to talk about the. Oh no, I don't. I don't want to. I want to talk about.
She's not talking about that yet.
Not talking about this yet. Let me get rid of all this.
Yeah.
And this is lovely, and I may use some of this today. I have a tiny little piece up here on the.
Yeah, she sent that before.
On the whatchamacallit, which I also think came from.
Yeah.
Well, I've got a hellacious mess back here, but.
Oh, Jocelyn, that's so sweet. Thank you.
Damn it, I'll tell you that. Air conditioner.
It's pointed right.
Chasing down papers. Okay, look what we have. And I say
yes.
PM Artist Studio.
Okay, I'm glad that you... Good job, P. See, I give her a job sometimes. She actually does it. I'm so happy.
I wish it was a pristine mat here that you were observing these on, but you know...
Well, just keep
this represents lots of work.
Yeah, well, keep it on top of the envelope.
Oh, that's a good idea. Well, I can't read this, and look, I taped it on there.
Okay, that's
air
true.
Conditioner just loses everything.
All right, so here's the dealio. Susan Gance has sent us, we have 10 more packets. I do not have them, well, actually, I could do that right now. I'm going to wait until the end, or remind me before the stream ends, and I will turn them on. They're still, like, shows probably out of stock, or doesn't even show up as a product on the website. Because we were out of inventory, but I like to announce it here so those of you that show up to the stream or watch us on replay know before anyone else does necessarily about the packets of Susan Gance Arty papers. Now P's gonna go through the list of things. If you want to hold that up into the camera, they can also screenshot it, because I don't change the listing. You get what you get. All of the packets are like, these are unique pieces of Arty papers. So
yes.
They are going to be similar in the list that she's going to read, but everything's unique.
It says each paper packet contains at least a fabric sample, wallpaper sample with texture, eco-print, citrusol paper plain, citrusol paper with dots, citrusol paper with lines, corrugated cardboard, unpainted, handmade paper with flower inclusions. You can see that right there. A plant monoprint, a water monoprint, photo brochure paper, not photo paper, safe to use on gel plate, rough burlap type paper dyed with distress oxide, mulberry paper, unprinted, tissue paper by Tim Holtz, ? Strip of dyed mulberry fibers, heavy watercolor print with Posca markers, design, accordion or triple fold made with printed papers. Oh, you've got to see that. Monoprint made with fabric as texture, white graphic design on black paper, long strip of printed paper with sticky back. Sorry it took me so long to get this to you.
Because I'd sent her a thing, but she's had things going on in her life, and then she was so sweet. She sent me an email. She said, I think you probably thought I died. I was like, I was getting worried. Susan's good.
Susan's good. All right, so you're seeing...
And then she sent me, she's like, I've got more if you want more. So then she sends me these photos of these stacks of... I said, well, just, put some more packets together and send them this way. So.
Well, I would really like to purchase this particular pack. Is that possible? The PM Artist Studio can purchase this?
Yeah.
Because this is going to be the cover for my next project.
Okay.
I'm going to start on it today. I'm going to start with some of these papers. I've got some other papers.
Brad, make it 9.
Pardon?
Make it 9. 9 packets in the store.
Oh. Oops.
In inventory, yeah. It's fine.
Well, there may be some others that are just as good or whatever, but this has just happened to be the one that Mariah handed me. And I haven't looked at the others, so I don't know if there's anything comparable in there. But
they will be similar. She really is quite good about that, but do keep in mind that each piece is unique.
Yeah.
So.
And this is what she was talking about, the little cardboard fold out.
Mm-hmm. Oh, wow.
Look at this.
I tell ya. See, she lets go of things that we wouldn't.
Oh, yeah.
We wouldn't let go.
I wouldn't let go of that. Hell no. Oh, I just tickles my fancy to no end right here. I don't know what it is or how it is or, really need.
Thank you, Brad.
Once we get up and going, on our talking to people at the same time we're talking.
Oh, I know.
We can have her on and we can talk to her about this stuff.
Well, if she wants to do that, I don't know. Susan's like, I don't know.
You don't think so?
Not everybody likes to be in front of people.
Huh. Well, you think that this is added on here? It's not. It just looks like it is.
Oh, really? Wow.
And that far out?
Very far out.
And I don't know what this is, but it's most interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I can do some printing on that, baby. I love the X's, of course, and even though I don't necessarily want them in this blue color,
they're fabulous.
I know how to fix that.
Oh, everybody always loves some of this paper.
Some circle paper. Now check this out.
Oh,
folks.
that's a fabric sample.
This is, and it's sewn. See the stitching at the top there? So it's pleated however it's pleated.
Well, it's probably from a fabric sample book or whatever, because see, it was a page. Remember, we used to hoard things like that.
We did. And I
through the moves, man. It's usually
them.
Well, because they come in these, I don't know if y'all remember or what. Some of them are
books.
smaller.
Oh, I used to have them.
And I loved it just because, like, the handle thing, I don't know what happened. Remember, I had that big blue one. It was fabulous because you could haul all kinds of things around in it.
And I just want to use this in a way that it utilizes this as is.
Hi, Miriam. But
something else on it. I don't know. Lovely little piece of tissue paper.
Oh, yeah. And then she did say that she put Tim Holtz in question mark. She wasn't sure or not. If this may or may not be.
This may not be Timmy's.
Yeah. I thought that was funny.
And here's the same kind of...
Well, are these the citrusol things?
Maybe.
Sort of, mixed with...
They kind of smell like that. I love the smell. I could even smell it last night when I went to bed because I'd been touching all this stuff.
You've been touching it.
It was still, it was still on my
Oh, hey, Laura.
Oh, look at this one. I mean, is this like... If I had a custom-made piece of paper, this is what it would look like.
Hi, Jenny. I don't know if I said hello to Jenny.
I mean, it's just so wonderful. And I have no idea how she did this. She needs to do a thingy.
Hey, Paula, you need to get with Rhonda, and maybe that's... I don't know if that's what you're talking about, but 10 times A5 pieces, for example. I mean, that sounds like either a Becky or a Rhonda swap situation over makers. If y'all want to do, like, 10 papers.
And this is one of her eco prints. She does beautiful eco prints. I've got some more somewhere. I've got to find the other packet because I think I can make the other packet go with this packet.
Yeah.
Because a lot of these...
And this is why, like...
The lavender probably will be changed.
When Susan offered this up, because she does so many things that, like, we don't do. And also just us being able to put packets together. We barely... I don't think y'all understand. Like, whenever we do the big old giveaway... It takes us 2 days to round up everything, package it up, and then that's just like...
Yeah.
That's the packages that we do with the big old giveaway thing. So it requires a lot of work and, just ability to, like, find your stuff.
This is some of that eco dyeing stuff.
Yes.
Love this stuff. Okay, this actually has texture. Isn't that cool? I have a whole black and white. I might work on my black and white. white journal.
Do you know where it's at?
I got it started.
Do you know where it's at?
Somewhat. But I do love all these rusticated colors.
Oh, yeah.
And here, this, if I have to have a favorite, it's these.
Okay, now these, I think she's done the citrusol thing and then also done the rubbing thing with it. If I'm
with a stencil.
Yeah, with a stencil, yeah, with the what am I trying to say?
She's got
sandpaper situation.
Oh, yeah. I did those. I did some of that sandpaper stuff.
Yeah. But I think it's like a combo of those two things.
Now, I also have another one just almost identical to this one, too. But see, don't they look good? They're just, I mean, they're just made for each other. And then this.
Yeah, it's a frottage situation. I don't think that's the same, though, because, like, it's so stark white.
Yeah, I don't know either. I mean, I don't know. You have to tell us about that. But look at this. Isn't this cool?
Oh, hello, Carolina.
Love that. Love this.
Yeah.
This is, what do you call that? You know, where they use them for book covers. Put the stuff on top of the water. Thank you. But there's another word for it.
Oh, see, that's another fabric sample. Wallpaper. Wallpaper.
Yes.
The other one was fabric. This is wallpaper.
It even tells you what it is. But isn't that just wonderful? And it's already got the little holes that you could utilize.
Now, you know what it's so funny to think about this. Like, I can remember when this was like in people's houses and stuff, but there was always like some area that was worn down. Or if you had a cat, like.
Oh, yeah. Cats love this.
It's not cat friendly.
It must have a great smell. And
it really is cat friendly. They love it.
Feel to their pawsies.
Their pawsies.
Now, this is definitely a citrusol.
Yes.
Stuff. I don't know how that works. I've never done it.
Ooh,
look at this one. This goes in the black and white one. Isn't that cool? It's a sleeve.
Yeah.
It's got an L on it.
Gel printed clothing.
Yeah, I don't know if that's a photo transfer.
No, I would say that it's the actual
picture.
No, not picture. Like clothing.
Oh, clothing. Yeah. Well, I love this too, a lot. Of course, I know how to do this, and I don't know how she does this stuff that she just slings some paint around here.
It's because it's that one ink. Remember?
Oh, yes, and it halos out. Isn't that beautiful? Beautiful. Just the fact that she sat there that long. I just want you to, you know. I don't know if she goes fast or slow. I would say that the fast ones were the skinny ones and the slow ones are the blobbies. Look at that one down there. I mean, it looks like a little fern.
Yes, Becky.
And this is really pretty.
Becky says she just scheduled a live stream for this Friday, 7 p.m. She's making master boards. All right, you're going to use your stencils and your stamps, right, Becky?
Well, you can use some of mine, too, if you want to. All righty. Well, I've purchased this. Just take it out of my paycheck.
Okay.
And we thank you ever so much, Susan. Because, I don't know, it's just so exciting. I get excited about getting papers from you all.
Yeah.
Different than mine.
People do different things.
People do different things.
Oh, are you going to do a big old long roll like Darcy? Or is yours just a big master board? And she says, yes, of course, she's going to be using stuff. Yeah, okay.
All right. Well, I'm going to need a little more time to really kind of plan this out. And here's the piece of corrugated cardboard.
Very nice.
Yeah. Do lots of things with that. Okay, I don't want that on the bottom.
Handy Scandy, that's Nancy, says she is loving your P Circle Rings of Madness stencil.
Circle ring. Oh, yeah, me too. I like that one too.
That's one of her favorites.
Yeah, I do too.
Oh, she has several boards planned. Oh, look at you. All right.
And Susan provides her own envelopes.
She did on this round of stuff. They're always different. It's kind of like whatever she can round up. So don't, like if you want yours in a little Tyvek envelope, this round has one. But it isn't always the case. Just want y'all to know that. And last time she put them together with cool little paper clips.
Oh. Well, anyhow, I'm going to use that. Just don't. I've got to get my black and I really am thinking about my black and white journal. And
hey, Margie.
There are
Bye, Yolande.
three or four pieces in there, but there are also 2 or 3 pieces in there that I can adapt to a black and white journal.
Heck yeah. Now what?
And this stuff.
She's feeling inspired.
I am.
Sometimes you just gotta look through some mail and some other things.
Yeah, and I'm putting this in with this stuff.
I also
just remember what we did, that one book that we did with that.
With what?
Do you remember which one it was?
With what?
Never mind. I think this
things are getting it's very uncertain over there.
It really is, and it's Mariah's fault. She won't come up and work with me. She's been farting around and doing other things.
Like, I have to be in the right. Okay, well, I spent all my cleaning energy last weekend cleaning my daughter's bedroom and the stairs.
And we're all happy when she's cleaning because it's like Napoleon. We call her Little Napoleon. She stomps around and waves her
Brad and Izzy went to
riding crop. And
Brad and Izzy went to breakfast, and then he took her to gymnastics because she was tuckered out on Friday. Normally she goes on Fridays, but because they had their splash day, field day thing, and she was dunsies. Plus she had skinned up her knee, which we had to hear about all weekend long.
Oh, good
thing.
Lord. I mean, she is such a wuss.
Totally fine when her friends arrive and she can go play.
Oh, my God, yes. Doesn't slow her down one bit. All right, what I was thinking, what? Oh,
Nancy,
I know.
This is the book. What are you thinking of and what are you looking for?
The book that Lygia sent me?
Yeah.
That was partially finished?
That I can find.
You do 14 of these things and you don't always remember.
I don't know where the darn.
I'm not going to go through this one because we've
Yeah.
gone through this one plenty of times.
Everybody always gets they're real
Oh,
excited about this one.
whoops.
Here, I'll fix that. Good
Just
golly.
tie it back together. I got a little bit
Yeah, you
vigorous with my.
did. Yeah, you did.
All right. So here we go. It says, do not cut to open. Isn't that just wonderful? Okay. So this was sent to us by Maya.
No, Akiko.
Akiko. I'm sorry. Maya and Akiko in my brain
Well,
are like the same thing.
Well, we got a bunch of stuff from Maya as well. She's the one that sends us the cool packets. Like, she has a store, and then like in the last big old giveaway, she sent a bunch of cool stuff to send to y'all. That's why. Because they both have very cool stuff.
They both have, but this is so cool because this is shibori. This is shibori.
Actual. Legit,
the real deal. Shibori. Yeah. I don't know why that's in here. That's in here.
And I haven't seen Akiko, but I know she had like a pretty like crazy job and like job.
And just send. But see, here's some that.
Hi, Sophia.
But this was so much fun to work inside this book.
Well, you could still do that. I'm sure there's still some.
Well, I don't know. I think I pretty well. I was just trying to find the one. Look at that.
Well, you did that.
Yeah, I did that. But look at how it just
incorporated
fits in there. I mean, because this stuff was all. No, I might have added some of that. The red, I think maybe I added. I can't remember. See, the whole thing is, it's so. Here's another one of those fancy papers. Fancy papers.
No, Sophia, she hasn't. And then she was like, see, Sophia just confirmed that she sent you one of the little mini journals like this. I told her she could work in mine.
I don't know where it is.
She can't find it.
It's Mariah's fault that she's not helping me.
It's my fault. It's fine.
But these are stamped things these were little stamped things that went in here. And then look and see, I made that little pocket with that.
Yeah.
And the washi tape is glued down, by the way. A tea bag thing, and then this little thing over here. The little tea bag, little thingy. Hoop-de-doo thingy here.
Mm-hmm. Was that we need to live in a warehouse as well.
But I just, I had so much fun because everything in here was just like,
oh yeah, yours is a little bit smaller with a wooden ring and a ribbon closure.
Oh yes.
See, we both looked
I
up
put
at
it someplace special.
Mm-hmm.
I might have even taken that in the bedroom. Well, anyhow, I may incorporate that, but see, we made these tags that would go with this using molten, and then just put this on here. And I don't know, that was maybe just a piece of paper. But all of these have little openings and little things and stuffs.
Yeah.
And look at this page. Isn't
you
this
did that one? I think I helped.
Yeah, but this was here, this little coney thing.
Right, but we then added the
all of this is added.
Nested.
And this was added. Boy, look at that matching greens. I love that green. I look so good in that green.
You do look good in that green.
Everything I own should be that green. But she just said, and it has little places where, you get little pockety things. The problem is that they all get, I'm not going to rip them out of there because I'm afraid of them. Yeah. But look at this. I thought this was really clever. How I attached that piece of.
Yes. You were very clever.
Very clever. But I'm trying to find that one. It's the red page. I thought it was at the beginning or the end. Here. This is it.
I helped with that.
Okay. This was a very.
I helped with that.
Very intense operation here. Any time you see work done like that, you will know that Mariah was
helped
involved.
with that. And that there was folding and maneuvering.
Look at this. This is.
We would love to see it, especially if you pulled it down. There we go. Now we're on board.
This is heat embossed.
Oh, the powders and stuff.
Yeah.
But did you stamp that on there?
No. Maybe this was this butter.
Butter.
I think
we
it's
were
butter.
testing out. It's not a stencil or anything that's available because we were just testing some things out. I think.
I can't even read it. But it makes a nice textured background. Look at all these cute little tags. This is from
Akiko.
I just I told Mariah, I said I hope that we sent her something that was because she spent hours on this and then gave it away. I mean, what? I just think it's so gorgeous.
I like there's coffee beans.
There's coffee beans. Oh, look. And orange slices. I don't know if
this is around breakfast time.
Bacon there or not. But. And there, and check this out. I'm very proud of this little pocket here. It's called a thong.
Oh.
See how it goes down the middle there? You visualize that?
I guess.
But I thought these little tags, and of course they all have some kind of stuff on them. But I used the tape, and then I grommeted it. But I used the pen and the little piece of paper over there. I thought that was really quite brilliant on my part. And then the opposing page is the same thing. Some of those colorful, and that one that Marcia sent.
I was just thinking that too.
Was from this era.
Yes, that era.
That era. And then this is oh, look, there's coffee beans again, and eggs, and bacon.
It is. Akiko did that.
Yes,
that wasn't this one over here because she poo-pooed and moaned about using eggs and bacon. She only ever really did the coffee.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like the orange slices. Now, sometimes I'm very careful because I don't know if it's like stuck together. And this one is, because I want to show you this silver head here.
It's probably good that we are going through this kind of. This is the thing when you're using like texture pastes and things.
And if you can just take something like this and kind of, it really, rather than pulling up, if you can slide stuff.
Yeah.
But look at this fabric. It's Frida.
Frida fabric.
Frida. Oh, fabric. And I don't know what this is, but I love it.
Mm-hmm.
Love it, love it, love it. And look at all these little sewn in little. I mean, this is just such a work of art. And I've got. And this is some of Mariah's string art here.
Mm-hmm.
Look at this little flop over. Yeah. Flop over tag. Now, this was something that Akiko sent, but I just went ahead and made it into. Now, I think I actually made that hinge on that one.
Yes.
Guess that's glued down.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes I don't remember.
Well, like, Gia, technically, you were supposed to go through the Frida organization, blah, blah, blah. I mean, now, there are a lot of people that have done it, but technically, you're supposed to get licensing.
Oh.
A lot of people don't, but
I know Frida's kind of and see, look at those look at those little charms. See those little scissors? These little spoons, fork, little pieces.
Now,
of
I guess
paper
if you
to write special things on in a baggie.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I just wanted to show you. Look at this fabric. Isn't this wonderful?
Kitty?
This is like vintage Japanese. I just know it is. Put that back in there. All right, let's see what this. Some more stuff in here. Yeah. Well, I guess y'all know my.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and look, I've glued down a little hoopty-doo thing there. Anyway, I filled it too full, so it started splitting.
Mm-hmm.
We really haven't come up with a definitive answer to address that, other than a big old fat piece of sari material to go around the edge. So that's what you can do with some of that fabric kind of paper stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I swear, I need a magnifying glass around my neck. I'm just always.
I think you really need one of those, those headgear with the different things.
Yeah, that I can flip it up.
Yeah. I think so.
Okay. I'm just, I apologize for not being more.
Hey, Bree.
Prepared here.
No worries. Thank you.
I did get the cats out.
She let the cat out of the bag.
The cat's out, and I'm really very, the one that I used the two colors of turquoise on, and I was kind of moaning because I was like, that didn't come out the way I wanted it to.
It
actually came out brilliant.
Oh,
look at that.
It did. See, sometimes when it's on the plate, you just don't know.
You really don't, and I think the thing is you can see the different colors of gold. That darker gold on this one, I used on the outside. I should have used the darker gold all over. It just has much more punch to it. Right. And the one that's punchiest, of course, is the copper. I love the copper. This is copper. Look how pretty that looks with the blue. Okay.
Well, and FYI, there are streams, I think multiple streams where P worked in this book. So if you want to know, like, the actual changes that were done, a lot of that was done during a whole series of
Yeah,
streams.
I worked on it quite a while.
Mm-hmm. At least 8.
I'm just trying to think what I did with my book that makes me mad when I do that. Okay, well, anyway, so I wanted to show you the cats.
Yes.
The cats and how the cats turned out. And I really do want to do something with the cool eye, but also the
Phoenix.
It's not a phoenix. It's a vulture. It is a vulture. It's
Osiris.
No, I don't.
That's what it was discussed last time.
Was it? Anyway, it's the
Miriam made it. Miriam,
is she
your
there?
Call.
Tell us what that bird is. I know it's in the vulture family.
What's the bird? What's the word?
Because the vultures have huge wingspans, and it was one of the things that was very much
because they eat dead things.
Yeah, they're scavengers. They're cleaner uppers of the muck.
They're like crawfish on land.
Yeah. Now here's some really cool paper. That's cool paper.
Miriam says it is Horus, and it is a falcon.
Falcon. Okay, falcon. It's not a phoenix, and it's not a vulture. It's a falcon.
We were all wrong.
Everybody was wrong. Oh, well, it happens. All right, I at least have this uncovered so I can get the stuff back here. Here's my wonky.
Eddie, was that kind of around the time that you found us, or we found you, or
what's he talking about?
The Akiko book. Because he said it was really fun watching us working in those. Because I have my own too. It's different. I'm not telling her that, Miriam.
What?
She said it could be whatever you want.
Now you can see some of the leaves are coming off here, but some of them are not. There's a whole lot of leaves.
Brad says note, not an Egyptian vulture, an Egyptian falcon. Do they have vultures?
Vultures, yeah. Vultures are one of the little, what do you call those things? Stamps in the, wet clay. It has meaning.
I'm looking that up.
You look it up.
I'm
Mariah.
looking it up.
You just look that up. Well, anyway.
You just Google that right now.
Google that. All right, I'm going to clean this up with tape first and show you this one more time. I just happen to have this one out. I do have some other things to pull, which I really like that because that kind of gets me into things. If I just have to start cold on something, I'm not very good at that.
Monfregu is the Egyptian vulture. It's pretty cool looking. It's kind of white beak, yellow face.
Say it again. There we go.
A complete guide to observing it in Monfregu Palicio Viejo de la. I don't know what they're trying to say there. I don't know what that is. That's in the World Bird Sanctuary. Maybe that's why that's talking about that. See, this is how the wrong information gets out there.
Well, everybody always disses vultures, but vultures are very important to the ecosystem.
Okay, motherhood and protective goddess Nekhbet. Nekhbet was the patron goddess of Upper Egypt. It was often depicted as a vulture, especially when protecting the pharaoh or associated with childbirth.
Isn't that interesting? Cultural references to things are so different.
Mm-hmm.
So we consider vultures to be
kind of gross.
gross birds.
Hey, we have a lot of them around here. There's a whole gaggle of them. I don't know if that's the right or flock. I guess they'd be a flock, but what is a group of? I'm gonna look that
That's
up.
gooses.
Gaggle.
Gaggles of gooses.
It's a gaggle of gooses. What is a group?
Gooses are actually, I think,
of vultures.
Geese. I'm not sure. A goosey is, you know, when you.
Oh, here we go. A group of vultures is called a committee, a venue, or a volt.
How about that? Committee. I think I've known some. I've been on some of those.
I've definitely.
And alcohol was not involved, and it sure should have been.
Uh-huh.
Would have made everything go a lot smoother.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I think I've got this cleaned up fairly good.
Hi, Yunka. Sorry,
I mean, there's still some stuff out there. So look at all the stuff that I'm getting off of there. That you just cannot. It just keeps coming up. And I don't, you know, some of this stuff, you know, it's just kind of embedded.
Yeah.
And that's really not too good for your plate. You shouldn't have that happen. But stuff happens. All right, well, that's clean and ready to go. Should we get something on it right off the bat? Do we have any new?
That's true, Gray. Very true.
Unpainted up on, if I could find them. See, look, here's another black and white.
Yeah, and you need to use that wisely because you know it's going to do a transfer. That'll be cool.
It will be.
So don't just, you know, willy-nilly that.
Don't willy-nilly it?
Don't willy-nilly it. What else was I think I looked up everything.
Oh, no, I just lost a bunch of cats.
Oh, wow. Wow, y'all have been busy. There are 5 paper sets that are left.
What?
Yeah. Well, you got one, and so 4 other people have already purchased. Very nice.
Well, I want to tell Susan she needs to start saving up, not throwing that stuff away.
No, I told you. She sent me, after she said that the other ones were, you know, on their way and everything, she says, I've got more, so just let me know. So she sent me pictures of all the different papers.
All right, here we go. I found them over there.
Yeah.
All right. I do want to do something with those hands, but I just haven't figured it out yet.
Yeah, I don't know what kind of vultures are the ones that are around here. They're big. They're the big ones. Yeah.
I wished I knew. If Steve were here, he could tell us. Because he's always very impressed. He's our bird watcher in the family. He knows all about them. He's very impressed with our vulture population.
We do have quite a few. Like, what's crazy this year is like the diversity of lizards that we have. We have salamanders and all kinds of different little geckos of different. They're all different lizards. Very excited about that. And then of course we have the snakes, which I'm happy about too, because
this is better than mice.
Because we have a deck, and we did have a mice.
They were eating
a rodent problem.
They were eating the wires to our electricity things.
Well, they were actually eating, like, gnawing into the deck. Nasty little boogers. That was
probably rats. That wasn't mice.
Well, that's true, too. Because we back up to, you know.
Yeah.
So you want to live close to nature. Nature tends to move in, too.
I know, and I kind of chuckle when all these frou-frou-y people. Oh, I'd be perfectly happy living in a trailer park, and I could do anything I wanted to.
She would.
I would be perfectly happy.
As long as, people delivered food and whatnot.
And I had good internet.
She does need some broadband.
Yeah.
There are some things, technology-wise,
and I would need some other people. I used to call the kids in off the streets, my students, and have them help me fix my
whoever was riding
satellite.
By. Hey, come here. I know you know things.
And some of them ride by and they say, "No, Mrs. Carmichael, I know what you're going to have me do. I'm not going to do it."
Stress me out.
Because we had a satellite thing, and it was a very complicated system.
I remember that. There was multiple remotes and whatnot.
And poor Carmichael, he would just say, "I'd just like to be able to have a TV.
Can we just turn it on?
Turn it on, and, it would go." All right, I do not know why.
I thought you fixed your problem. Black vultures and turkey vultures. These are probably the black vultures because they're really big and they are like.
But they could also be turkey.
Maybe.
Be turkey. I really like this gold. This darker gold. It's a little warmer. I'm going to try to get it down on this paper over here reasonably. Can't use that, that's too wet. And then get it back up before we have issues.
Yes, Sophia, that's 100%.
What?
She says, LOL, P. My family and I have finally realized I'm serious when I say I could happily live in a shed on my own, arting without interruption, so long as it had internet and a kettle.
Yeah. I might need a little bit more than that, but
she needs a mini fridge with some snacks because she loves to snack.
I could live on apples, peanut butter, and pickles. With occasional, you know, I really like ceviche a lot. I'm kind of over fried foods because they don't like me. I mean, I used to eat them, but every time I do, I
suffer. Well, I think after your surgery, that had something to do with it too.
And I do still like, and they make some really, and they don't put the stuff in, and they're very good about that. Not putting the red sauce. I don't like the red sauce.
Yeah, with the ceviche.
I just want lime. Well, I got a little carried away and wiped out the side of that X, but oh well.
That's okay. They're distressed.
Yeah.
These are the distressed crosses by Eddie.
Yeah, well, that one's a little more distressed than the others.
Mm-hmm. Oh, what paint was this?
Oh, the Ara Dark Gold.
Ara? Get it
and
at
here's
Jackson's.
The light gold. See the difference?
Yeah.
This just has more punch to it.
Yeah.
It's kind of in between gold and copper. I really do. It's like my go-to gold.
Mm-hmm. Almost bronze.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, we're going to put that aside. Let that simmer a while.
Oh, that's funny. Robin says my studio's in the basement. She has a bathroom, a microwave, a full-size fridge down there. If she had a couch to nap on, her husband would never see her. Maybe only on the weekend. Wouldn't see me on the weekends. Okay, there we go.
I can do that. All right. I didn't clean up the edges on this. I'm kind of disappointed in myself.
Oh, if P had a kitchen up here, we would never see her. Oh, I love that. Sophia's cat enjoys the streams.
Oh, meow, 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 kitty. Our kitty, we have decided we have not been feeding him enough. So we are starting to give him wet food twice a day.
Yeah.
I don't know if I don't think, yeah. Okay. Because he's getting so skinny.
Well, I know. Did you think about the
Well, we're taking him to the vet on Friday.
Oh, okay. He has an appointment. Very good.
He has an appointment for Friday. That's as soon as.
Well, and maybe that's why he's always wandering around griping about things. I don't know.
It sure could be. He's like, people need to feed me.
I mean, he always has dry food out if he wants to eat dry food. You know, but yeah,
it's not good.
Oh, that's awesome! Linda's update on her art studio. She got it insulated today.
Oh,
nice.
Well, that's good. That's good for winter and summer.
Hey, Diane. I was telling people that I'm going to be on your show May 29th. You got to keep reminding me, and then I'm going to keep talking about it so that way I don't forget.
Okie dokie.
And you can be here with me, and you can, just tell me what. Yeah, it'll be like a Monday. You can just tell me things and gripe at me.
And make observations.
Make observations, yes. Observations with intent.
Okay, now is this metallic? I don't want metallic. Oh, there we go.
Oh. Julie says, has your cat been eating lizards?
Well, I certainly hope not.
They make them lose weight. Who knows? He does go outside. And he makes he has a little morning ritual.
Yeah, and he has brought a bunny in.
Yeah. He's not against hunting.
No. He's not, but that we'll see what Beth has to say about that.
And they used to keep the bell collar on him, but it drives me crazy.
Well, he's lost his collar. Bad kitty.
Yeah. He is older.
Yeah, he's older than Bullet. They had the kitten before they had
the dog.
The dog.
Well, cats tend to live a little longer.
Well, you know, I think when Bullet started going downhill was when he couldn't see to walk.
Yeah.
On his walks. That was very sad. And it just stressed him out so much. You know, he would just start panting and shaking, and
yeah.
And then he gained a lot of weight.
Well, there were other factors
yeah, the feeding person in there. Oh, you go ahead and just pull off their dead
him. Older cats may have thyroid issues, so they may check that.
Well, I think they're going to do a full blood panel. We were going to do that the last time, but we didn't. I don't know, for whatever reasons. May have been
well, I think you guys, it was kind of like, all right, well, let's just see about the food thing.
Yeah, and then everything kind of...
Yeah, he was. It was really good.
Straightened out. And
he wasn't throwing up everywhere all the time.
And that was when we went with the hairball.
Yes, which I do think helped. Yeah, the thyroid and the kidney issue is very common when they get a bit older.
And I definitely don't want it to his kidney thing to do what Winky's did.
Poor cat Winky.
See, if I'd cleaned that other yellow up, this would be a perfect print. I can, when this dries, come along and with the tape and tape this off. All right, let's turn it over. And see
goodness, Ellen. Our cat one time caught a big jackrabbit.
Oh, cats are... They're terrible about decimating the bird population.
Yes.
Okay, I think that's going to be really cool.
That's very cool. This is Marble Run, and it's both Style 1 and 2 together.
I knew when I saw it, it'd be a good one to overlay. Nothing on there, nothing on there.
Is he drinking unusual amounts of water? See, Winky did that.
No, he's not.
That's how my cat Winky was. I mean, would just...
Oh, this is the...
Oh.
This is the pickup from the, you know, the pan pastels.
Yeah.
Now, the white pulled that off of there really well.
It did.
Now, I have a hellacious amount of wrinkles. I don't know how that
Some white crackle. Like a thunderstorm.
But that's pretty. I'm going to use that to wrap Izzy's fan with.
Oh, well, that's interesting. Diane says the cats have to be indoors in a catio. Otherwise, you get big fines there in Australia.
Ah, because they do a job on the bird population.
Well, it's nice to kind of know the, ideas and things.
What you saying?
Oh, Miriam, she's funny. She says, Mariah, you don't need to go to the vet. Dr. Chat is here. Or Dr. Google. Oh, lizards can carry salmonella. I know, we're learning things today.
Yeah. Well, he brought a bunny in. And he brought a mouse.
Yeah, but it's been a while. That was a while ago.
Brought a snake in Anchorage. It's just a little garden snake that lived under the deck there. It's kind of sad that he killed it because I knew it was eating bugs.
Mm-hmm. Well, we could lock up the doggy door, but he does enjoy it. He likes to just sit out on the deck. He doesn't wander the neighborhood.
No, he doesn't.
Because he's older, like I said. I mean, kind of just content with.
And remember, these were the ones on that I went over with the pan pastel.
Right, but the red stuff there is the fluid acrylics.
No, the pan pastel is the red, and I went over it with the pan pastel because the fluid acrylic didn't take, remember?
Oh. No, I didn't really understand. I didn't understand that.
Yeah.
Now I'm understanding that. That makes more sense.
Let me see if I can find it. Mama here.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know where it is. There's just too much going on.
I believe that Diane says that their garden snakes are big enough to eat cats.
Oh. Hey, we've got some black. What did we decide they were?
Well, I think the ones that we have are like kind of garden snakes. Like the one that Castle caught up on the patio.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it was big.
And black.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about it a little bitty,
And then there's water moccasins down in the creek.
We haven't seen any of those, fortunately.
Well, I don't think they come out of the water, do they?
Oh, yeah.
Well, but they don't, like, come out far. Yeah? What? Did you want to tell everybody how proud of yourself you are about that?
I am, and here's what I did with this yesterday.
Oh, we do have the coyotes, and we hear them. But they stay over, like, on the hill area. Well, we have seen them running down the road. I haven't seen them
on the path.
Yeah.
And I've seen, droppings.
The poop.
The poop. Izzy was always excited.
Mm-hmm.
Coyote poop, she says. Coyote poop. Okay, so. I did this one and I reconstituted it right in this one. Put some more stuff in it. So I found this one. I was looking for my new, because I finally used all of my quinacridone burnt orange, and there was a tiny little bit left in the tube, and I couldn't get it out there, and I just gave up.
Okay.
Threw it away. So this was getting to that point where it was not going to be viable anymore. So I took it out and plumped it down here. And between the hairdresser tool, and my
little spatulas,
my palette knives, I've reconstituted it.
Oh, rat snake.
That's what they are. That's what they are. And they can deliver a nasty little bite. It's not
one bit Castle.
Yeah.
Because we're trying to get them up off of the patio.
I just would like them to not be over there where I go over to turn on the hose.
Don't scare the bejeezies out of us, okay?
It makes me pee my pants.
We can coexist. It's totally fine. Just don't scare the bejeezies out of us.
I can remember my mother. We had a huge, like an 8-foot bull snake. And one night, whoever was the last one out of the barn forgot to turn off the light.
Mm-hmm.
So she took the flashlight, went out there, and turned it off.
Ooh, that is nice. Here, let's ooh and on at that for a second. Did a good job there, P.
Because remember, I kept taking paint off instead of putting it on.
Yeah, and I was like, that paint's done.
But look at that print. I mean, I think that's like...
Oh, what brand of white paint cleared the plate of the Pan Pastels? That's the golden white titanium.
Heavy body.
Yeah. That business.
Heavy body, golden.
Open. Or no, open.
No, this is not open. See?
There's a cross.
I do have an open one here. And you can use them interchangeably if you don't want to pull them up right away.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm really pumped about this. This is going to be an excellent addition to one of the books.
Oh, finish the story about your...
Oh, okay. So my mom went out and turned off the light, but the bull snake was out there because the light was on, and you know,
watching for
catching frogs and
that are jumping into the light
because of the bugs. And she didn't see him because she had to go inside the barn to turn off the light. And then when she came out in the dark, he was in the shadow of the little thing on the doorway. And she stepped on him, and she just lost it. And she chopped him into about 49 pieces with the shovel before you could say Jack Robinson. We were all mad as hell at her, but you know. My mom was a city girl. She wasn't a country girl, and it was always kind of hard on her. You know, if you don't grow up there, it's...
Yeah.
All right, well, I'm very proud of that.
We have a great, well, I don't know if Brad ended up saving it or not, but because one of those snakes was up around the front yard, and we have cameras all around the house, and we have him on camera where he's walking around the truck, and then all of a sudden you see him back into the, whoa.
And he was up on the...
No, he's walking around the truck. Well, then I freaked out because he was actually on the bench one day.
Yes.
And that's like right at the front door.
Wrapped around a boot or a shoe.
I now kind of, it's always in my, like, I checked the bench because he was, you couldn't even tell because like the bench we have has like this, it looks like, it's like metal, but it looks like kind of wood type thing.
And wrought iron.
Right. So he was very well blended in, or she. I don't know. Yeah, but.
Isn't that wonderful?
Oh, that is wonderful. Snake talk today. Critter talk.
Critter talk. Critter talk. Okay, what else do we have here?
Yeah, we try to let them be. We really do.
But yeah, don't bother.
And like I said, I would much rather have the snakes around than the mice because the mice and the rats are really very destructive.
I thought I had another one of those.
I love that. That kind of looks like a giraffe.
Well, hoop-de-doo. I don't know. Guess I don't. Thought it did. Maybe I already pulled it. Got some little jobbers here. They're my little collection of them. Some of them are over here on the floor because they fly off as soon as the air conditioning comes on.
Hey, Mama Juju. I think we lost some people on Snake Talk. Just have to talk about food and art.
Well, I don't want them. I don't want to wrap them around my neck or anything.
No, I don't need to be friendly with them. I just, like I say, coexisting. Oh, that's lovely.
Well, it would have been if I'd lined that up a little better there. It's kind of hard to do.
Yeah.
And especially with my wonky eye, I'm lucky to get anything. Yeah, I'm glad Mariah went with me to the eye doctor because she got to see the extent of my inability to see.
Hi, Debbie.
Now, this was really cool. I don't know what I did with the others because I haven't shown you those. The ones that came off of here.
Yeah. Because these were not the ones that were, these were after. Oh, but see, look at you.
The little.
Yeah.
Pulled that booger when it was still wet. That's how much paint I had.
Yeah, you had a lot of paint. You talked about that.
A lot of paint on that. Oh, okay. I think they ended up on the floor over here, Mariah. I'm hoping that you're in a good.
Well, this Saturday is Izzy's birthday party.
Oh,
so
well, that
kind of clears that up for you.
Yeah.
But once she is once school's out, I don't know. Sometimes there's some things that are easier when you don't have to do school every day. But then she's here all day. And that makes things a little trickier to get things done.
Yeah, everybody just really loves that. And sometimes she is.
Well,
she's needy.
Sometimes she's getting better. But then sometimes there's the whole crew of them that are here. And it's a pack of neediness. But we've sort of knocked a lot of that back about asking for things.
Yeah,
it's like bring your water bottles. If you want a snack, go home.
I don't know. I can't find them. I did find some more of my stencils.
What about underneath the box, or you got the box behind you there, and then there are things stacked. Not that box, but the other box.
No, you already seen that one.
No, moving further behind you.
No, that's old stuff.
Okay. I just was wondering because the stencil's there, so.
Yeah, and I did really mess up your.
You messed up my fluff? Yeah, you did. You just rubbed it all off.
The fluff rubbed off.
Oh, listen to this. So Jeanette told me about a product called it's by the Tsunagi, people, the ink people, like Versifying people, that brand, the company. But they make a glue pad thing. It's for stamping and a special glue. So I have it in my cart, but I'm trying to find it from somewhere else.
From somewhere else? From who?
Like, ideally would have been Blick, but Blick doesn't carry it. Because I know you want to place an order for some other stuff. But maybe I'll look around.
I haven't written it down.
Yeah. Or we go to like an actual store place.
We can do that.
We could do that.
Okay, I'm just going to show you what I wanted.
She's going to be 8. It's crazy.
Yeah, she's 8 going on 16 sometimes.
She rolls her eyes. Has like very teenagery opinions about things. I told her most of the time, I'm like, I don't think you understand that you get to talk to us in ways that a lot of kids don't get to talk to their parents. Because I want her to be able to voice her opinions.
And to not bow down to authority just because it's authority.
Right. And I told her that. I said, just because you're a kid doesn't mean that you shouldn't have agency. But you don't get to use that then as an excuse either. So if you want to take advantage of us or take advantage of the fact that we are having this type of relationship, you have to understand there's responsibility with that. We've been talking about that a lot. And then most times she kind of zones out on me after a while. I'm like, okay, she's done with this amount of adult talk. And then I asked her, just kind of, coming upon her. And I said, do you think about the things that we talk about like afterwards? She's like, yeah, I do. Like, okay. I don't know.
I don't want her to defy authority just for
right
to defy authority, but I do not want her to be afraid to speak her mind in front of adults, because some of those people don't have, as Mara says, agency over what she does.
Right.
And they don't. And they have nothing to say about the way she speaks or talks.
Well, and I spent so much of my like early work experience not speaking up for myself. Because I just didn't know.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't know that, you know, you're scared about, like, what is it, or even how to have those conversations.
Yeah, today she came in and she said that she was so embarrassed that the teacher called her name, and I was like, what?
Well, I don't think she was doing what she was supposed to be doing.
Well, I'm sure if your name was being called, it wasn't, oh, Izzy, you little sweet little darling.
Right, and why she was embarrassed. She got caught.
Doing probably some
yeah.
BS. Something.
No, 100%.
No doubt about it. I'm not laboring under the illusion that she was doing anything but. All right, I'm going to let that dry. The whole thing about doing this kind of thing is if you don't want your colors to meld into each other. And I'm really having a hard time seeing where I need to be here on this particular flower. And I want to do orange on the inside.
Okay.
Okay, now let me just tell you about the fluffy bits here.
Yeah. We lost them.
I don't think that they were glued down well enough, and I've got a brush over here that now has 49,000.
Well, that was my
little teeny weeny sparkly bits.
Was that the first one or the? Yeah, that was the first one.
It just brushed off totally.
Well, that's a little disappointing. Here's some thoughts on that.
I think you needed to smash it.
But
remember the beans? I smashed the beans.
The beans and the flour are different situations. Let's talk about that. The beans were like, you know, they're heavy, like full on. This is like an outline. So a little trickier. You need the right kind of product that goes on there, because otherwise it would have just mushed out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I think you're probably right. The lines wouldn't have been those lovely little lines that they were. Also, something that was probably this paper is not smooth. I'm having hibiscus tea today.
Oh, so Eddie's nephew has started using air quotes, and Eddie about lost it the other day because.
What is it?
Eddie, his nephew.
I don't understand what air quotes are.
Like, are you being serious?
Oh yeah. Or dude, or bro, or I just want to reach over and smack Josh sometimes and say,
I think Josh and Luke went through an air quote. Okay, you're gross.
What? Well, when I put it down, it slopped up and got all over me. What do you want me to do?
I don't know what you're doing over there.
I'm trying to drink.
Drinking's hard.
Sometimes it is. No. That's a fur reach there.
Okay, thank you, Jeanette. Okay, so yes, it is the
What?
Tinsanico. Is that right? Is it? Essential glue pad is what it is. Yes, thank you, Diane. That is the one. Did Jeanette mention that? Yeah, it's a felt pad like an ink pad, but you use glue on it, and it comes with like you can buy the little kit, and then you can buy the glue like re-upper kind of thing. It's about $11, which I didn't think. Oh, and normally I don't mention that sort of thing, but I was not horrified by the price of it. The set.
I'm just messing around with this right now because I've got it out here.
Yeah, just do your thing.
I don't know what else I want to do.
And if you're missing out on like what these flowers are, why we're discussing all this in the manner that we are, which is very badly, not concise. This is the flocking. I used a heavy, what was it? Heavy gel medium. Yeah, the golden stuff. To try and stamp it, and then use the flocking powder stuff, which the red one worked out okay, but see, I pressed a little harder, but see, it looks a little more smushy. So there's the lesson there. Yeah.
Well, I didn't brush it, by the way. After I brushed the other end and all the stuff came off, I was like,
oh, yeah, don't.
Oh, crud.
Yeah, don't rub it. Oh, we got 30 minutes. Wow. Time flies. Gosh.
Yeah, wow. Right.
Oh.
I always end up putting too dadgum much paint out here.
Mm-hmm.
I love this color of turquoise so
it
much.
Is lovely.
Oh, it's just wonderful.
And it's close to the fluid acrylic that you like of the golden.
It is, but it's still just a little bit more sheer. And I'm painting out into the margins here because I don't think I'm going to cut this, or, you know, if I'm going to use this, I think I might leave it as is.
Mm-hmm. Well, and I think one of the other things to keep in mind with the stamping of the medium on there, these are brayer offs. So there's not an even surface
No,
either.
it's very scratchy. And that definitely was a factor in this jobber right here. You can tell.
So you can make a DIY glue pad with a small container, a sponge, and white glue. I think so, probably.
What was that? A door closing.
Yes.
Nothing falling.
No.
I do like that. I'm going to leave that little bit down there on the end. I just happen to like that. All right, now.
It is from the inside of the house.
What?
Eddie said the noise is coming from the inside of the house. So yes, it is.
That's an interesting way of putting it, yeah. Okie dokie. Let me get some of this paint on my little plate here. We're not going to waste this paint.
That pad is a TW Way glue pad. I don't know what that means.
And I can do some pulling up and whatnot with this.
Yeah, I mean, I sent out, as many as P had, but some of y'all, Lizette said that she was one of the receivers of the flocked beans. But she did that in a different way. She used the lunar paste and then flocked over that, which has been quite successful. Now she had to redefine the little center part. But we're just trying out different ways to get the flocking. That's lovely.
I know it's going to be a fabulous background.
Mm-hmm. Art, okay. Deco Arts has two-way TW. Now I understand.
Okay, I'm just thinking that this is really, I don't know what's going to happen with it.
I was just going over it. More fluff maybe coming up.
But maybe showing up.
Showing up.
Or not.
No.
You know. Sometimes you win and sometimes you don't. But it's still going to be an interesting piece of paper.
Oh, Jenny, we've had this, like, I haven't, we had the hummingbirds come by. Yes. But I haven't, they haven't been showing up regularly.
Flocking.
Yeah.
They haven't been flocking.
They haven't been flocking.
Okay. I don't know what I did with my other little pieces of that.
I know, you mentioned.
Really irksome if I lost them in some. I really like these a lot. I think these have a lot of potential as far as.
I love that. The red one's the best.
That one is the best. And on the inside of that red one, I'm going to grab another brush here that's a little more. Pardon me. I did get some new water. Mariah was disgusted.
I wouldn't even use it, and then she was like offended.
I was.
As she should. Well, I mean, I was offended that she was offering me such disgusting water to like use on the watercolors.
Oh, it was still viable.
Mm-hmm.
You can do this with your lid if you're not mixing it with anything else.
Yeah. And your water's clean.
Yeah. That.
Well, I would say that part of our thing is that, we do have the kids. Like, I can hear them hollering out there right now. So, the hummingbirds are like, yeah, that's not really worth it.
Yeah, or jumping up and down on the trampoline over there and hollering at the same time.
Yeah, I think ours are the ruby throat ones. Now, what was really cool, when my dad lived in New Mexico up in the mountains, they would get these like coppery ones. They would get there's swarms of them of all kinds, but I remember those. That looks really cool.
It does, doesn't it?
Yeah, hold it up into the technology so folks can really.
As it sits there, it does a little bit different thing. I'm going to hit it out here on the edge of this.
Yeah.
Just a tiny bit of.
Miriam's loving this. That looks beautiful and spot on in the camera. Fantastic. Okay.
There we go.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Just moving along on just all kinds of little things that we
Moving
just don't know what we're going to
here.
do with, but we're going to do something someday.
Yeah, we are going to do something someday. I'm just going to come in here and do a little brush strokes over the top of the.
Can you still feel the flocking on that, or have you totally obliterated that?
Well, that's a good question.
Why don't you hold it up in the technology and give us a wiggle so we can kind of appreciate what's sort of going on in there? There's some texture. Used to be yellow.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But, just kind of a suggestion of the petals here. Because there is something still there.
Well, yeah, because the glue, the medium, the gel medium, probably left a mark or kind of an outline. But it just wasn't sticky enough to hold the flocking. Like it dried too quickly.
Exactly.
That's what I'm
trying to. I'm just trying to do a little messy petal work here.
Yeah.
Because I think they all sort of go together. Yeah.
Hey, and folks are doing flowers over in Makers. If you like, what am I trying to say? The swap, Becky's swap. They're doing flowers. So there's been a lot of flower posted in Makers. That's what I'm trying to say. It's too late to sign up for the swap. If you want to do swaps, you gotta be there at the beginning of the month.
Okay, this one is different. It's not flocked. It's what do you call that stuff, Mark?
It's the distress, like the heat embossing, but it's the distress glaze one. But I stamped with the distress ink and then did the little heat embossing. I can't remember. I think that's the darker of the oranges.
And look how cool that looks.
Gold or something like that. That looks cool.
That's just a little whitewash of white paint.
Yeah.
Nothing special. And
oh, well, that might be an option.
What?
So Sophia says that there's a embossing powder that becomes sticky when you heat it. So then
you could have a double sticky.
Well, you flock it. So you stamp it, heat it, flock it. Kind of on board with that.
There you go.
I'm going to look into that.
Absolutely.
Hi, Juliet.
Now, if I find a brush, a right brush here. That's not it.
Yeah, that's how I've been doing it, Julie. I just flop it out there and then put it back in the hootie-doo.
Flop it out there and put it back in the hootie-doo?
Yeah, I mean, that works for all sorts of things.
Oh, the powder. Yeah. Okay, I want to do a little edge work on this, and I think I'll just use a little...
Sometimes.
Purple.
That is not a silly question at all, Julie, and I'm very happy that you asked. She asked, what's a flop off?
Oh, gosh, love that.
We love it.
You know what? Yeah, I've done some today.
Do you want me to talk about it?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, so a flop off is when you have, basically you have put the stencil down, and it could be in any, any which configuration where you've either put the stencil down and then paint on top of it, or you put paint down, stencil on top of it. But once you have paint onto the stencil, and it's a wet enough paint, you then flop it off onto either another gel plate, because she just did that recently. That was fantastic. Or typically you flop it off onto a piece of paper and then get off whatever paint is there. When you are doing a flop off, please keep in mind, especially when it is a Yupo brand new stencil, it's very sticky. So you want to flop quickly, get that paint off of there, but then get it up. Now, if it's paint to paint, you're going to run into less of an issue. Or if you have paint built up on your Yupo stencil, you should be good to go.
Absolutely.
And if you want to know more about many of the PM-isms, because that is kind of a PM thing, I'm sure maybe other people have said it, but we've coined it and we claimed it and put it on our website. There's a whole thing over there on the PM Artist Studio website called PM-isms. It's our glossary of all the little things that we say, so you can get note up on all the fun things.
I don't know if I helped
ever growing. And Mo, that's Cookie Wookie there. She just posted that. Thank you. And there's a link to all the PM-isms. Be ready to chuckle. Or at least you should. If you find it very funny, you are in the right place. If you do not find humor in it, you're probably not going to enjoy a lot of our content. Just being honest. So you do not heat it with a heat tool, correct? It's more like dumping it into a glue surface. Well, pretty much, except you add it to sticky surface rather than heating it up. It gives texture of velvet, kind of fuzzy. What are y'all talking about? Did I miss something? M is doing flocking like the embossing powder, only ends up fuzzy. Yes, that is true. Yes, that is correct, Jenny. You got that right, girl. Robin mists her stencils with wet water before she does a flop off to get a watercolor look. Also helps to get off more paint. So, are you misting before you put the paint, or like the paint's on there, but then you give it a little mist and then you flop it? Because I think that's a fabulous idea. Another thing that might even be, like, if you're sort of prepping for it and you know that that's what you're going to do, if you missed the paper, and you probably want to be a little bit careful about that too, because once you've kind of wet your paper, it then becomes a little more, what am I trying to,
mushy.
Mushy.
Yeah, and you...
I was trying to come up with a better word than that, but mushy's a good
saturated.
one. Saturated. Its ability to tear becomes
exponentially greater. As I have done on occasion. Yes. And I just lost that little nugget.
You lost it?
Yeah.
Okay. We'll find out later.
Fell back behind the mess there.
I noticed some of your stuff has puked over to my side.
Lucky girl, you.
That's not how I viewed it, but... Slickery. Often. Fling them. Oh, fling them up. Oh, okay. Julie Parker likes like the flop off, I think is what she's saying. Than the stenciled one. Mop off. Yep. Is it a mop or a flop? Ooh, it's getting better.
So too. If you get too much paint on, not to worry, but you need to get out there and take care of it.
Mm-hmm. Move it about.
Okay. There we go. Paint this on another. Got this little jobber that need to pull some
things
off of, and oh look, it's gonna. Oh, I love it when it does that because that's really cool.
Yeah, you get extra textury business. Got 15 minutes.
Now you might think that's not really, but if you add the right, and I can do some stuff over the top of this with the hand pastels. And it's going to be really, really wonderful.
Mm.
Using up that paint. Okay, what do I?
Oh, Lizette has been enjoying using like the loosened paints, she says.
Loosened paint.
Yeah, like watering them down.
Oh,
and,
yeah. It works, ladies and gentlemen. It works. All right, now where's my clean?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna, okay, I could go ahead and do something this. The reason I'm letting it stay is because I want to put a stencil on top of it, and I need to make sure that it's really, really, really dry.
So P did that one in the beginning of the stream. What she's saying is, yes, it's dry enough to like do some things to, but if you want to put a stencil, especially if it is a brand new Yupo stencil, that paint, because it's just ever so slightly has a little tackiness to it, has a better chance of sticking to the stencil and pulling up.
Yeah.
If she lets it dry longer, she will have better success with another application of a layer of stenciling.
Yeah. I won't worry about laying that stencil down on top. Showing you my...
Jenny Roberts says, M and P, do you do all kinds of mixed media? Yes. In fact, if you are kind of new to the channel, I would say that over the past few years, or well, actually about every other year, we do a mixed media kind of week of craziness. And what we usually do is we stream every day. And in fact, our very first one, we streamed 2 times a day for a week. Then, but we do something different kind of every day. And we do all sorts of things. And that shows like a better representation of what we do throughout the year in different spurts.
Yeah, that's a good way to do it, in different
spurts. We're spurty over here at PM Artist Studio. We mix media in spurts. Because usually one thing just kind of leads to another thing, and then it's like, oh, I need this thing. And
and then I need that thing. I'm going to play
around.
We're
in between things right now.
Playing around with some of my ookies.
And I will say that we've probably done most things. But some things we don't do any longer, like the alcohol inks. We just don't have the setup for it. We don't have them anymore. We sent ours off to Sharon over at Texture Junkies, and we just don't have the we don't have the ventilation and all that for it.
Yeah, hardly have the ventilation for this, you know,
stinky paint.
Stinky paint. Well, it's making the right sound. It's kind of pooping out some stuff here. Need to add some more airbrush to that. All right.
Oh, thank you. And Mo just put a link to the 2022 media playlist. That was a really good one. That was a fun one. And we covered a lot of different things during that time. Yeah, this is soupy. And kind of. If you know, you know. Oh, good night, Miriam.
Good night, Miriam. Thank you for your vulture support.
Exactly, Diane. Soupy and baby poopy.
All right, now let's clean this little...
See, that was a flop off.
Glob here.
And the reason I don't think it's going to stick, but I don't know, she's still kind of playing with fire. I don't know.
What? No, I don't think
it's all watery.
I don't think that had enough stickum in them.
Okay, not enough stickum.
To really, and it kind of ooked out on the edge there, but that's all right. Still looks cool.
I was saying, Lizette said she just didn't realize you could do that.
Do what?
The watery business that you're doing, I think. I don't know which part of it she didn't say.
This is upside down and right side up light bulbs.
It does kind of have a light bulb feel to it. We call it keyholes.
Oh. Yeah.
Yeah, that too.
Okay, now, y'all all may be, you know, going, oh, wow, really? Yeah, wow, that's some wowsy stuff there. I'd turn this over, but I'm afraid it's
drippy.
It would drip. This is going to be fabulous stuff to put something on top of. I'm just telling you right now. If you want to be making prints that nobody else has, then you need to be experimenting with this kind of stuff and just, you know, put some ooky gooky,
soupy
stuff out there. And
would highly recommend, if you do want to make those watery mixtures of your paint, please keep in mind that, it does like break down the paint itself. That's something just to, to know.
Yeah.
Secondly, if you don't want your paints to smell weird and gross, use distilled water. We don't do that.
I don't do that. I just throw them away when I can't stand them anymore.
Or she squirts some, like, lysine, or not lysine, Lysol. Lysine's a different thing.
Yeah.
So if you have, like, canker sores.
Cats on the floor. Okay, now we've got lots of stuff on this plate.
And you have 8 minutes.
8 minutes?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think I can do something in 8 minutes. Good Lord. And I don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah, that's awesome, Darcy.
With the stuff in the background here. What are you all chuckling about?
So Darcy says, "Powsy wowsies, bunny ears squeeze squeeze." Because it wasn't powsy, powsy wowsy.
Oh.
Yep, bunny ears, squeeze squeeze. Sometimes you just got to be there. I know you're here, but I don't think you were there.
Okay, I'm going to use some of my Oshi Gushy paint that I spent 15 minutes reintegrating.
Reequating itself with some, moisture.
Yeah,
it was solidifying.
It was just about at that point. But we shall see. I think that these little X's in green will be very wonderful, and then pull it maybe with a gold, and it'll be very Moroccan.
Okay.
My thought.
If you're Moroccan.
Well, as you can see that?
Don't come knocking.
When you're
Moroccan knocking.
You hear that sound?
Yeah, this paint.
It's
still beyond help. It's just it's on life support. She tried. I don't know.
You just wait and see. It's gonna work. I am just sure that it's going to
this
work.
paint it's just terrible. And then Eddie said earlier on it was a PSA from PMAS. Public service announcement regarding the distilled water.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
From us.
Yeah.
PM Artist
Mariah
Studio.
concerned herself with that a lot more than I do.
I just like for people to, know that they can avoid these stinky situations.
Poisonous situations.
Stinky. I don't know if it's poisonous. Don't eat it. Don't lick it. That's also a PSA for PMAS. This one over here sometimes licks it, but
I just lick it to get things off. I don't actually,
right.
Ingest it.
That's what she says. But I feel like if you're licking your fingers, something's happening.
Well, something is, but all right. I'm just going to put that down over there.
Liz Jean wants to know, how long do you leave paper on a painted stencil on a plate? What? Okay, paper. Hey, okay, hold on.
Now, like I said,
Paper.
I don't know how much of that other pan pastel business is going to come up, if anything.
Well, I don't think you should be doing any of those things all three at the same time. That's what I'm saying, Liz Jean.
Say it again?
Yeah. It's a lot of things, and not all those things should be happening at the same time.
Because I was kind of here, and then I was there, and and it was too many. And
so she says, how long do you leave paper on a painted stencil on a plate? So you should not do that.
Oh, no. That's disaster waiting to happen. And how do I know that? We did it.
And it didn't go well.
I can't tell you what stream that was, but it was one of those that, I kind of lost it, my composure. I know you all are surprised that happens.
Mm-hmm.
But
just look for some of the highest watched ones. People enjoy those for whatever reason when she kind of has a moment.
Yeah. This is going to be really good.
Pull it with white. So that way it's pretty like this one. I think. Look, I got a trail of things sticking together.
Yeah, and this is that Jelly Arts plate that's really thin, and it keeps coming up, and it's got all kinds of bubbles out here.
We're definitely not ever getting sponsored by Jelly Arts.
Well, they have inferior products anyway. Well, they're really thin. And I think that's part of it is they don't, they don't suck down onto the.
Yeah. You need a little more junk in the trunk in order to stick to the acetate.
Yeah.
Acrylic. Plexiglass.
I know I used parts of this one, but I kind of. What time is it?
You got 3 minutes. 3 minutes, lady. 3 minutes.
I can do it.
She always says she can do it.
Okay, I've already got some really nice lines out here. And I've got the other one, the bigger one of this.
Yeah, so this.
And I kept both of these because I really do like that heavy border sometimes.
It's nice.
I really, I want to use a color I haven't used today.
Okay. This is Persian Paisley by Rhonda.
Persian Paisley.
And if y'all are wondering, Rhonda, she had a thing today, and she had to go take care of that, and that's why she's not here today.
Oh, I didn't know she wasn't here today.
I know, it always feels like
saw
she's
her
kind of here in spirit.
Her dragon journal again. Oh my gosh, it's so beautiful.
If you don't know what we're talking about, that's over Makers.
Yeah.
You gotta be part of Makers to be able to see some of that stuff.
Yeah, you do. All right, I'm going with black. Because I'm going to come back in with pan pastels. I don't know if I've got to move some stuff around. It might be slightly over.
Okay, running over. We were a little late, so that's okay too.
All right, I've got this thing that's got some other stuff on it, but I don't think it's going to matter. Hill of beans. Hill of beans? You understand hill of beans?
Hill of beans. Yes, Jenny. So
This is heavy ivory black in the Ara paint.
So Jenny was asking about, for a long haul, especially on the first layer, do you use a lot of paint? And the answer is kind of yes. Obviously, it depends on sort of the stencil.
Yeah.
Because with a new Yupo stencil especially, I just like to say that because they are different. They hold paint a little bit differently than like what a Mylar stencil would. Mylar's slickier. Doesn't hold on to the paint in the same way. So when it's brand new and you don't let the paint build up on your stencil, you're going to have to, that's just something to keep in mind. So yes, you will want to put out a little more paint at the beginning because you just need more to get across the surface of it and into all of the different orifices.
Jawohl. Das ist richtig.
Okay. Take your word for it. That looks beautiful. Sometimes it's the simple stuff.
It is, isn't it? And I think it's going to be a lot of fun to do the pan pastel through this.
Okay.
But now, here, I've got the flop off.
Oh, you did flop off and flop off nicely.
Well, fairly so. I don't know if this really bothers.
I think it's a cool thing because it almost looks more fabric-y. Textile.
Yeah.
Especially in this design.
Okay, I'll just leave it then. I won't clean it up.
Hi, Christina. Now.
And, we've got other stuff underneath that, which, again, I don't know that it's going to come up, but I don't think there's going to be enough there to really, make or break it either way. All righty, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, I think that's true of all stencils. Usually it has more to do with the type of design than anything. Yeah. But something to consider is that Yupo does stick to the gel plate more so. So therefore, yes, it has more potential to snap if you're just
ripping it up.
Yeah, you don't want to be rough with it.
Especially some of them.
Yeah.
They're really, really delicate.
Yeah, so that part is true, for sure. All right, my arty friends, that concludes our Tweak It Tuesday. There were definitely some tweaky kind of things happening today. Lots of good combo. Thank y'all for hanging out with us. Thank you to our wonderful mods dropping links and being chatty and just, managing everything. That very much we appreciate. We will be back here on Thursday.
Yeah, and I'm going to try to get my laundry done so I can wear those bracelets.
Hey, look, they look really good even with the purple. Like, it almost, like, picks up.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. And especially since you got white on your shirt.
Mm-hmm. Got the nerd shirt on today. We both had our nerd shirts.
I should have said on mine, if I'm not in the nerd physically, I'm certainly there.
Mentally. Always. Mm-hmm. Alrighty. We shall see you back here on Thursday. Thanks, guys. Until then.
Love you.
Like a
long haul.